Welcome back.
Welcome
sorry
back.
that this is late, you guys. Actually,
Really sorry.
to anyone that, and we had people reach out, and we're actually very sorry that we disrupted your routine.
Yeah.
We had some audio problems.
Yes. And then we recorded something yesterday and then we had video problems. So,
I don't even know if Mercury is in retrograde right now, but that's how it feels.
yeah. Today we're discussing centering men. Lack of that.
Peer review the podcast. Peer review the podcast.
Doing that? No. Yeah. That's not to say that we've never done that.
Yeah.
I definitely have.
Yeah. But here's my thesis statement.
Okay, hit it.
Actually, I don't know if it's a topic sentence.
Okay.
I have found now that I'm not centering male validation and just men in general, I find it harder to relate to a majority of women.
Wow. Incredible. I think that's fair. That's fair. A lot of women center men.
Yeah.
And it's like men expect women to center them and then are deeply offended when they don't,
Yeah.
which is what we saw in a lot of our comments.
Oh yeah. Let's explain this.
Yeah.
Because we've got haters in our comments who will say things like, I don't know, just like fat phobic shit.
Yeah,
or just
whatever. But like the what
kicker.
sits behind it
Yeah.
is just that they find us unattractive and they are also upset that we are not interested in them finding us attractive.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of men see women in some kind of binary where they're like hot and fuckable or unattractive and subhuman. And these are the extremes. Like obviously not every man is a raging sexist.
Yeah.
Maybe most men aren't, but there is still a binary where men are only kind to women that they find attractive.
Yeah. So like the gray area there, I feel like is experienced a lot. Where like men do things that imply that they find you attractive. And the minute they find that you are taken or that you are just uninterested in them, the demeanor changes.
Yeah.
So like nothing is said,
Yeah.
but the body language and how they're saying the things that they're saying.
The rhetoric.
Yeah. It's observed by women.
Yeah. And it's like, this isn't something that we have not experienced. Like, we've been friends with men that are incapable of just being friends with women. It always ends up being like, I have to tell you a secret, or like, can I tell you something? Or like, yeah, I like a girl. Shh, you know her really well.
What kills me is, let's put our hands together. Your hands are so tiny. I'm like, I know where this conversation is going.
This to end.
Yeah.
Expeditiously. I need this to end. Like, that's so irritating. Please. And like, like men hate that. And this is not like, we're not men bashing. There are a lot of men in our life that we love.
Oh, yeah.
Dearly.
We have plenty of close guy friends.
Yeah. So this is not that we hate, like, men haters.
But I will say, I think the guy friends we have are like rare.
Yeah, I think so too. Because they also don't center men.
Yeah.
So it's like, no one is centering like the patriarchy in a way that is detrimental to women. But like even the hate comments that we were getting, all of the hate comments we got, I think, I'm comfortable saying 94%.
Okay.
But I'll do the math. We're men.
Yeah.
We're Indian men. A majority of that were Indian men, which is like upsetting. It really is your own people. Women aren't mean to us in that way. And men hate that we don't center their goddamn opinions.
Yeah. And the assumption is that we do center male opinions, which is why they feel like they're really doing something by coming after our looks or something, because we're going to be so mad that they don't find us attractive. When in reality, we couldn't give less of a shit.
I literally couldn't give less of a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what? Like, saying things like that make you so ugly and unattractive.
Yeah.
And if I was ever like with someone, talking to someone, and it like came out, or they are like actively speaking down on women, like that is the ugliest thing that a man could do.
If the only times you talk to women are when you're trying to ask someone out and then when you're trying to demean someone, you have a problem. You are the problem.
Yeah.
Like one time Actually, okay, I can go through life,
Yeah.
like a timeline.
Hit it.
When I was in high school and I first started dating someone, I felt like there were guys in my life that I thought we were just friends who afterwards our friendships were not as deep. And I was like, oh,
Wait, I'll cut this. Who? Oh God.
someone in my like, stats class, like just people that I talked to, just like passing by, and I would ask them things like, how was your day? How are you doing? They were not even deep, but then those stopped. Like some acquaintances just completely fell off.
Yeah.
And then some close friends got not as close. And then I felt like, oh, to some people, maybe that was flirting, or maybe that was potential girlfriend. And now that I was not a potential girlfriend anymore, they were not interested in being friends.
Like your value cheapened because you were attached to another man.
Yeah. And I have not experienced that other than that. So like maybe I was also more careful with what kind of guys I was surrounding myself with later on in life.
I challenge that and say, no, I think you experienced a lot still. Like when you broke up,
Oh,
they like
facts.
came out of the woodwork and they were like,
Oh yeah.
vile, disgusting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I've also seen like some influencers talk about it too, that once they post a picture with their man, the amount of likes they get like cut in half.
Yeah.
Because now it's no longer this like idea that like that could be mine.
Yeah.
So now there's nothing to like about that post.
Yeah. It's someone else's property now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
So it's like, it's something that like, I don't know, I see a pattern in real life and online and in my life.
Yeah.
So it's just like sad, really. It's kind of pathetic.
It's so pathetic. And it's like, I feel bad for women that center men.
Yeah.
I feel really like disappointed. That's it.
Yeah.
Of like women that prioritize men in their life instead of like, I prioritize women in my life, like outside of my family.
Yeah.
That's not true. I prioritize women outside of, how do I say this?
I think you just don't prioritize based on gender.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But like we can actually say that. Like I think men will think they do. And maybe some men do, but like majority of men, at least that I've experienced, do not.
And it's like the men in our lives absolutely do not prioritize based on gender.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of people that we want to be around.
Yeah.
But like when women say things to put other women down and say that like, oh, you're not desirable to men, why are you conforming? Like, it's like, that's what a pick-me is, right? Like, I want men to choose me over another woman. I want men to my value is all based on how desirable or how intelligent or how like whatever adjective a man finds me rather than what I know is inherently true. Because like we're intelligent, like strong, beautiful women. And those kind of adjectives and qualifiers do not come to us because a man has given them. And ultimately, beauty is uninteresting. And I saw a TikTok
I like that. Beauty is uninteresting.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok of this girl and she was like, and she was stunning. And like, again, like I think women are beautiful. I'm never looking at a woman being like, she's ugly, because I don't understand how you can give anyone an adjective like that without knowing them. Like, I don't understand that. But
ugly's a vibe anyway.
We have an episode on that we got a lot of hate for. So it's linked.
Go tune in.
And she was like sad. And she was talking about how she wants, like in a relationship, she wants the way she looks to be the least interesting aspect of who she is.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't want, oh, I really like your body, or I really like your face, or I like your features. Like I like your whatever, right? She wants, none of that should be top 10 on what makes her a good person.
Yeah.
And I think it's uninteresting. Like getting a compliment of being like, oh, you're so stunning, you're so beautiful. Like, I don't really care for compliments like that. It's nice to hear. Like, it's not that I'm anti that. But
Yeah.
it's like, I don't want,
It doesn't hold so much weight.
as much as like complimenting my intelligence.
Yeah. Or something that you've worked on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like something that I care about.
Yeah.
And that's not to say like I love to dress up and I love to look nice and like look feminine and like whatever it is. I love doing that. And I love being a woman, but I don't want like I don't want anyone's opinion of me to begin and end with how I look. That's boring.
So people will have things to say about that.
Well, of course. They're going to be
Yeah.
like, you're ugly.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah. Whatever, bro.
But that's exactly what we're saying. Like, if you said you're ugly, because if you said you're pretty, I'd be like, thanks. And then I would move on. Saying you're ugly elicits the same reaction. It doesn't hold weight.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not impressive to be found attractive, I think. And that's like, that maybe like...
Yeah, when you put it like that.
It's like, whatever, you know? Like, that's not what makes a person attractive. It's, obviously, there's like the initial, like, whatever, right? There's the initial, like, I like how you look, or I like this about you, or like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's like naive to think that looks have no effect. I think that's like completely subjective, and that cannot be like the end of it. And that's, I think, like, when women live male-centered lives, the way that they are perceived physically is paramount. It's so important.
Paramount.
Thank you. But it's so important in a way that, like, we haven't done.
Yeah.
We refuse to do.
Yeah. And I think ultimately it comes down to, I mean, in the past, generally, I think women have been advertised to as like collectively, as a gender, I don't know what to call it, as a demographic.
Yeah.
To be appealing to men.
Yeah.
Because that was the goal. The goal was marriage because they didn't have independence away from a man.
Worth outside of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like societally.
Yeah. And I think as we've grown up away from that just in the past, like whatever, 40, 50 years, women are just generally less impressed by men because we don't need them. Like genuinely, I could say like growing up, I don't think I ever centered like being in a relationship, but like romantically. I always pictured myself married, like having a partner who is a man. And like genuinely for the first time in my life, it's no longer like this fairy tale thing that I need to happen in order to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm completely content with actually like if I didn't meet anyone that I felt was worth marrying.
Yeah.
I can be completely happy without them.
Yeah.
Because I have a job, I have great deep friendships.
Yeah.
That would be that. Like I would live such a fulfilling life.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah. Like it's a nice add-on.
Yeah.
But it's not something that, it's not like, oh, someday there's going to be this mysterious man that like spins me off my feet and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And like, that's fine if that does happen. Like I would definitely be
open to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so freeing that it doesn't feel like a necessity. And because of that, it trickles into everything I do in life. Where it's like if a man approaches me or sends any sort of even positive attention my way, I'm like, that's nice. And it's not something I'm throwing myself over. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, today a man looked at me. Which I feel like.
Which like we've seen. There are friends and like people that we love that feel this way. And that attach not only their worth based on the men in their life, but also out my worth. Like I've experienced that where like, and she was like, oh, he's really attractive. Like, and she looked at me different because
Wait, I don't get it.
She was like, wow, you think you have a chance with someone like that. Like she lives such a male-centered life.
Wow.
Such an insanely male-centered life.
You need to change in order to be worthy of him.
Yeah. And she doesn't know him. She didn't know a thing about him.
Men who are men who are not getting any.
I can't.
Yeah, men who are treating women badly and as a result having trouble dating, having trouble having women who are like just friends with them and just like doing whatever they want to do, get married, have children, whatever. That's sexual selection in progress. No one wants to procreate with you because you suck.
Can you explain what sexual selection is?
Oh yeah, it's like, okay, so I don't know if it's the number one cause, but in a lot of other species of animals, sexual selection is like primarily done by the females of that species. So like, I don't know, take like a bird, for example. The male does that little dance, and then if the woman likes the dance, they have kids, right? So largely the woman's choice of mate is what drives the next generation of that species.
Right.
And like, therefore, just like that species, what is the word? Like going on, like living on.
Progeny.
Yeah. And so women not selecting certain men to have kids with, like your bloodline is literally ending because of your actions. Like, it's such an interesting mix of biology, sociology, psychology to see like women who have finally an even playing field, still not there, but like a much
more
better
even than before.
Yeah, than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Finally,
and there's a possibility of living a life independent of a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It finally not being a need to be married and have kids, and it being like socially pushed. We're seeing like a decrease of bad men just not having kids.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to stick around for that.
The male loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
Self-imposed.
Yeah.
Is that peer reviewed?
I think partially self-imposed. I think partially it's still because of men, but like maybe the kids that are lonely that are like not,
no,
you know what I mean?
about that.
I know.
Like men our age that complain of being lonely or complain that women don't like them or like don't prioritize them or like whatever, right?
Yeah, like incel behavior, like that kind of that kind of like blaming women for not wanting the company of a man instead of looking internally, like why do
women not want to be around me?
Yeah, is the issue. Like if you can't do that, you're the issue.
That kind of mindset is applicable to any aspect of life. Because say like you're with your friends and you consistently are having the same kind of problem with everyone, and they're always like, for example, like everybody thinks that you're a selfish person and that's why friendships and relationships keep ending. And you're still like, oh, like other people have problems with me. Like I'm never the problem, but consistently it's the same issue. Like that kind of internal looking is what is going to help you grow. And if you're like, oh, like women don't like me, I'm not desired by women, blah, 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 you're the problem. Because it's never going to be that.
Because first of all, why are you, obviously women have less of a tolerance for men like saying all these sexist things than maybe all male group of people would.
Right.
If a man is like, no woman likes me, why is it just women? Like people don't like you. Like they've already subdivided women as like kind of less of a person. Like the men like me. I don't know. It's like this weird double standard.
Yeah.
If it's like a whole 50% of people don't like you, how is that the whole 50%'s problem, not your problem?
Yeah. What's the common denominator here?
Yeah. And if there's other men that you're friends with who are not having trouble in that department,
so then why?
Maybe look to them.
Yeah. Ugh. And like what, like the whole concept of like women need to be a certain way to be desired by men is so stupid.
It's boring.
And boring.
Yawn.
Yeah. Exactly, Preeti. Because like, oh, you need to we have to be a certain weight or like a certain whatever. And then men will turn it around and be like, women only want people of a certain height. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same because we don't live in a matriarchal society where men have to fear for their safety all the time.
Yeah.
Like when women aren't seen as attractive or not seen as desirable, it is grounds for them to experience violence. It's not just like, oh, I don't find you hot. It's like, oh, I don't find you hot, and so maybe I'll do something to you.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
And when men deny that, and then women also deny the reality of this fact that even if they are completely desired by men, even if they completely center men in their life, they are not safe from male crime, that's brutal. That's so upsetting.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. What the hell indeed?
Wake up, girl.
In like old timey shows like Bridgerton, where it's like the woman is scared that she will not have a suitor by the end of the season. And then it's like, oh, my life will end because I will not be married.
Yeah.
That has been how like a lot of women have experienced life in the past. That's literally their reality.
Yeah.
And now that it's no longer a reality, the oppressors, men, are suddenly on equals with women. And so they suddenly feel oppressed. That's what this is. That's what the male loneliness epidemic is, because no woman is choosing you because they don't have to anymore. Just because you have a job.
Oh, I'm 6 foot and I make 6 figures and I don't have a woman.
And you're an asshole. So why would I marry you?
Yeah.
Why would I have kids with you?
Yeah.
Bloodline done. Bye. Like, sexual selection.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like,
81% of our viewership is female. Hey, girls.
you know what we mean. And if you don't, that's all right.
That's all right. Like, we say all of these things with a lot of passion and anger because we've experienced sexism and pain, both at the hands of men, but also at the hands of women that center men.
Yeah.
Very recently, my grandmother, who is old, and she grew up in a generation, in a time where you could not survive without the support of a man. You couldn't have a career. You couldn't take care of yourself. You couldn't make money. Like, everything was tied to a man being the provider for her. And so she out of love and concern for me, literally nothing but love and concern, she was like, Riti, like, if you don't lose weight, how will you marry someone? If you don't like wax your body more often, how will someone find you attractive? And I sat, and it was like tragic to hear her say this, and it makes me sad. But I was like, if like I'm with a man and I go through something and I gain more weight, or I go through something and I lose a lot of weight, or I have children and it affects my body in a certain way, or like whatever it is, and he leaves me because of it, or he no longer sees me as attractive because of it, what does that say about him?
Yeah.
I do not want to be with someone or have a partner in life, or, you know, a husband or the father of my children, like, decide my worth is based on how I look, or like what kind of societal norms I adhere to.
So true.
And she agreed with me like wholeheartedly, but she had never heard that before because she was forced to live a male-centered life. And she raised my mom in a way that my mom doesn't center men. And my mom raised me in a way, and my brother in a way, that we don't center men either. So like that kind of generational change has to happen.
Yeah.
But like, that's why it's so strange and so foreign to me when women care so much about what men think about them, and men are convinced that them finding us attractive or not attractive is going to be like so effective in how we see ourselves.
Yeah.
Because all of these men that are leaving hate comments, or like saying that we're ugly, or like commenting BMI, or like whatever the hell they're doing, which by the way, that was hilarious.
That was just a comment, guys. It's just the word BMI.
Too funny. But when they're doing things like that and expecting that to have an effect on us, and it has zero effect.
Because we don't value them.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't center them.
Yeah. We don't value a man's opinion, especially
On how attractive we are.
Yeah. Especially when it's so negative.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it honestly hurts more when women attack us, or like not really for the way we look, but for the things that we're saying, or like whatever. When women are mean to us, it bothers me more, because it indicates to me that they still center men.
So when I told certain friends that are like not that close anymore, but I told them that I don't have a boyfriend and I haven't had one in like a couple years, their first reaction was to like kind of placate me, when I was just saying that because I was asked what the situation was.
Yeah.
And I didn't need any comfort in that. In fact, that is very comforting to me.
Yeah, peaceful.
Yeah. And I'm just chilling. And it was just a foreign concept to them that a boyfriend is like an add-on and not something I'm like desperate for. And they thought, like, even when I said, like, oh no, like, you don't have to say all that. Like, it's really fine. Because they were like, don't you feel behind? Don't you feel like you're of a certain age now? Don't you feel behind that you don't have a boyfriend? It was like so revolutionary. Like, they didn't even get it when I said no. And at this point, it's not even really on the top 10 like list of wants.
Yeah.
And that's so hard for someone, a woman who centers men, to even believe. Like, they think I'm putting up some persona of some like
Bad bitch feminist.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, like, I don't know how to tell you. Like, genuinely, I'm looking at you in the camera. Like, I genuinely, I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'm trying to think of like maybe my thoughts if like someone says I'm attractive.
Okay, let's role play. Are you ready?
Okay.
Hey, mama.
First of all, wait, hold on. Some men think that telling me that they find me attractive in the weirdest moments will somehow make my day, or like, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, if it's gonna result in me
Dropping to your knees.
Yeah, or like if it's gonna result in me saying yes if they ask me out. Hold on. Okay. One day I was taking the metro. This is back when I lived in DC.
Oh my God.
You remember this?
Yeah, it's so horrible.
Okay, I was on the metro and there was someone else who had like clearly just come from some brunch and was just like really smelling of alcohol. And for whatever reason, that combined with the movement just made me super nauseous. So I was like really train sick. And I had to get off a few stops before when I actually had to get off, because I was like, I'm going to throw up right now. And I really tried to keep it down. But at some point I was like, I cannot be throwing up on the metro. Like, I won't be that person. So I get off 3 stops before and I start like jogging because I see the trash can and I'm like, I have to throw up now. And I sadly did not make it. And I threw up on the ground. And I'm so glad that it was just not, it was like maybe like 2-3 p.m. So it wasn't like
super packed.
Yeah, it wasn't packed yet. So, yeah, I threw up on the ground and then I was like, damn, I have to now be a good Samaritan. And I'm going to go tell the person who works at the metro that I threw up here and to like clean it up. And so I go to tell that guy and he's like, damn it, like show me where it is. And I'm like, okay. So we walk back to the platform where my throw up is literally there. And he's like, all right, I'll clean it up. And then says some like flirty thing that I don't even, because I didn't clock that it was flirting. So I was just like, what's he saying? And I had like hearing problems at the time. Like my ears were blocked.
Yeah, you just threw up.
Yeah. So I was like, what is he saying? And I didn't want to assume that he's like flirting with me. So I was just like, huh? And then he was like, now that I'm cleaning up your throw up, you owe me. Can I get your number? Mind you, there's still dried up throw up on my lips.
Vom, bro.
Yeah, straight vom, bro. And I was like, why did you think this is like, it just made me feel so gross. Like, I don't know what it was. It was one that I was just like feeling sickly.
Yeah.
Clearly not feeling my best. And then 2, the whole like you owe me thing, just like, that's icky. Don't say that.
That's literally your job.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting paid by the city government to do that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you're going to ask women to pay you via attention and love and sex.
And there have been like, that's just one moment of many that has just been like just unwanted attention, and somehow that's supposed to be a compliment. Maybe I'm open to getting like, I don't want, like every time you say something nice to a woman, that's not like, it's not a bad thing, but not when I'm throwing up.
Not when there's an expectation of something in return.
There are certain things that are done to imply that it is transactional. If it was just a compliment, like if he was just like, cool shirt, or even like I think you're very pretty, and I can just say thank you and walk away, completely fine. Mm-hmm. But just know that like that doesn't, I'm not thinking about it all day.
It's not made my day.
Yeah, because I don't center men. I mean, a great example of this is men on dating apps. We've opened Pandora's box. Dill mill is where joy goes to die.
That's where my self-esteem got so bad.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Like, first of all, like, these men,
Yeah.
why are you 25 years older than me looking to connect? 25 years older than me? 25? My mother is 25 years older than me. You are my mother's age. What the ever-living gooch are you talking about? Like, actually, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
And that's just like that's just like, you know, that's surface level.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, well, I don't know why men that like act this way or like the things that they say think they have a chance with me. Like, I don't know what it is about them that makes them think like, oh, I'm sure she's desperate. Like, she's fat, she's desperate for like whatever. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on in your
You couldn't be
fucking
more
brain.
wrong.
Like, oh my God. And then like whenever like aunties and stuff are like, oh, Riti, like, why don't you go on a dating app and like just, you know, talk to men and whatever. I love this story. I bring this story up every time.
Okay.
Because there was actually I have two good examples, but there was one where I was on the dating apps, which by the way, I'm off and I'm never going back on. Hallelujah. God bless. No, thank you. Like,
God bless America.
I literally cannot put myself through something like that again.
Yeah.
I can't. But it was like I was wearing a dress or something. It was not short, but like my hand was like in a way that it was just like a little lifted. Like, you couldn't see any extra skin. I'll even put it up, but it's like there's no extra anything for them to be like, oh yeah, so like this is a tease, right? And this guy goes, "Are you a fucking slut?" is the first message. And I was like, huh? And I literally responded. I was like, this is inappropriate. This is never going to work for you. Like, this is really disrespectful. And he was like, well, you're lifting your dress for me.
For me?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Fuck you and your bloodline. Generational curse. Because what are we talking about? And then there was another one where he's like trying a...
No, like I actually like generational curse because you don't deserve daughters.
Oh my God. The fact that men like this could have daughters or they could raise sons to be just like them is sickening to me.
Yeah.
Sickening.
Yeah.
Beyond that, their wife is going to have to deal with this thing. Sickening. Disgusting. There was this other guy that was like, I wish I could drop that. And I was like, drop what? And he goes, this is my favorite.
I'm scared.
My favorite thing to tell aunties, because they never ask me about it again. Drop my respect for women so we could have one crazy night.
And the fact that they're saying this with their full government name in their dating
oh my God, bro.
account, what is it called? Dating profile? I'm just going to screenshot it and send to your boss. What are you saying to me?
What does that even mean?
You're a nuisance to society. You're a danger to society.
And these are like these are just the ones that like stuck with me the most.
Yeah.
There are so many examples of men saying deranged things, insane things, and expecting it to stick, expecting me to be like, "Ugh. Actually, wait. Like, I'm so desperate for your attention.
Yeah. Any attention is good attention.
Oh my God. And I'm so blessed and thankful and grateful that I have such a strong support system where I never have to rely on men and their opinions of me to dictate how I feel and what my worth is. Because that kind of like, you know what negging is?
No.
Purposefully like being mean and like being inflammatory, saying mean things to a woman as flirting. Like, you know, when like kids are like, or like boys are like pulling with girls' hair.
Yeah. And,
like,
and the adult is
you.
like, yeah.
He just likes you. Like, that's what they do when they're mean to you when they like you. Crazy. But like men in bars and stuff will be like, you don't even look good in that, you know? Like stuff like that with the expectation that it like will work.
Oh, and like that power dynamic will stick.
Yeah.
And you'll get to be an asshole in a relationship.
Like when men show you who they are, women, please, when men show you who they are,
Believe them.
Believe them the first time.
And then leave them.
Because if they're disrespectful to other women, they will disrespect you. If they're abusive to other people, they will abuse you. Like, believe them when they show it to you. Because there are so many times people we know or like we have been caught in situations where like if we had just listened the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. Dating apps are like so horrible.
It's literally so scary. It's like a battlefield. It's like every time I opened that app, I was like, damn it, I have 50 plus things to read through. And most of them were just horrendous.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? Why would I subject myself to that? I just deleted that shit.
And like one of my dearest friends from college is getting married this year, and she met her husband on Dill Mill.
Dude, 1 in a million, bro.
One in literally 1
bless
million.
her. And bless them.
Her. Yeah.
They're
God
so
bless
good
her
together.
and that union, please.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the hell, bro? And she was like, dude, it was really bad until I found him. And I was like, okay.
I believe you. Yeah.
Wow. I
Wow.
refuse. I rebuke the idea of finding a man on a dating app because
Yeah.
I just refuse to wade through the trash.
Yeah, I'm not going dumpster diving. Please.
Looking for gold, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Please. Oh my God.
And then when like you go on a date and they're like, oh, all of my ex-girlfriends are crazy.
What is that? Why are we talking about other people?
All of your ex-girlfriends are crazy. What's the common denominator here?
Oh, you.
You're the problem. You're
Yeah.
weird.
I always believed.
I believe women.
Yeah.
And everyone should. Because like, what are we talking about? If
Like saying that on the first date is crazy. Okay.
Why
Then
are you
let me be the girl that just went on one date with you. I'm
yeah,
done.
honestly, like any man, whenever a man speaks ill about women, unprovoked, with no like, they're not like, oh, this was my experience with this one woman and it affected me this way.
Yeah.
If it's just like, and they're all nuts and like, they're all like so needy and
They're so
clingy.
emotional. I have news for you. Anger is an emotion. Pank! Pank! So I have had a weird experience on Hinge. Actually, my only experience on Hinge that like resulted in an in-person date. Because after that, I was like, I actually don't need this in my life.
I am more at peace and happy when I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to this guy on Hinge and he was actually replying. It's like the bar is in hell. Like it wasn't even a great conversation. It was dry as fuck. But I was like, you're replying.
And you're not saying
Yeah, because
anything
this
mean.
whole thing was me being like, I think I have to be more open-minded about apps because here we are, modern day. Like
Where are we gonna meet?
realistically, I was only hanging out with my girls. So I was like, I have to, if I want to date someone, like I have to experience this, whatever. So that was my reasoning for putting up with this. But then we got each other's numbers and we started texting. The texting was fine. I don't know what, like, it was normal. You know, I couldn't find any like red flags. So I was like, okay, I don't think I'll be like killed. So I'll go on this date, which is on
That's like
bars in
reality.
hell.
That's the reality though.
That's the reality, yeah. So anyway, we get to this date, and the date was just like a coffee date. And he's number one that I clock. Why am I eye level with him? I just need a moment of silence. Like, I'm 5'1".
Wait, I didn't know he was short.
And he lied about it. What are you
Okay,
doing?
wait, but for clarity, the problem is not that he's short.
No, okay, wait, hold
Yeah,
on.
the problem is that he lied.
On his dating profile, it was like 5'8". So already, I don't give a shit if you're not 6.
Who cares?
Yeah, and statistically speaking, that's pretty rare. Like, why would I care about that? It's
Yeah.
not even logical.
Yeah.
But
Get over there and
he's literally, maybe he's like 5'3", 5'4", like your height.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, and do I care? No, but I do care that I didn't know that.
yeah.
Why are you lying? What else have you lied about? So that's already, I'm like, ugh, okay. And this is my first date from a dating app. So I'm like, oh, the girlies were right. These would just be lying.
Yeah.
And then we get through the date, super awkward, like couldn't look me in the eyes. And I was like, maybe he's an introvert. I'm saying all these, like, I'm not judging, but I'm not having the greatest time the whole time. And then, but he offers to drive me home, and I wasn't comfortable with him knowing where I lived. So I had him drop me off at a restaurant that was close to like maybe a few blocks from where I live. And then I was also like meeting friends after, whatever. So I'm like, can you drop me off at this restaurant? And so he goes to drop me off, and we're driving kind of leisurely. And I must say, I felt comfortable enough with him that I was even able to get in the car.
Yeah.
If there were other red flags, I don't even think I would have done that. I would have just walked home or whatever.
Yeah.
So like at no point did I feel unsafe.
Yeah.
But at one point his brother called him, and it was like one of those things where like the music had stopped because he picked up the call, and then it wasn't on speaker, but it was so loud that I could hear it, like hear the other line. And his brother was like, "Where did you go? We were playing a video game together." And he was like, "Oh, I'm doing something right now. I'll be back in like half an hour." And then his brother was like, "Okay, but we didn't finish the game. Like, it's just like paused." And I'm hearing all this, and I'm like, I don't think anything of it. Whatever. Do what you want to do. And then he hangs up and he goes, "I really have to go home quickly. My brother needs me." What? And he starts speeding home. He just starts speeding towards this restaurant. I'm like, do I smell bad or something? Like, what? You really hate this too? Like, I'm not having a good time either. But damn.
Yeah.
And then he dropped me off at the restaurant, and I just left so confused. And I just thought, damn, I could have been at home in bed with coffee watching a podcast.
Yeah.
And instead I did this. I don't even know what that was.
It's a hilarious story.
Yeah.
It's a very funny story.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I don't think we should do this again. Because I don't believe in ghosting people.
I agree.
If I didn't have a good time, you'll know.
I agree with you.
But that was that. And I was like, it wasn't really an unpleasant experience, but I had to wade through hundreds of messages to get those dry texts, which then led to a dry date, ended in, I don't know, some sort of frenzy. And then I was like, I don't need all this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I waded through all that to find this needle in the haystack, and the needle was dull as hell.
Oh, period. That was cunt.
Thank you. So that's that. Hinge deleted. Dill Mill definitely deleted. Yeah.
I've never been on a date from a dating app because I never had like a connection or a conversation interesting enough for me to be like, yeah, let's go on a date.
Period. Yeah, this was me entertaining like the minimally. I was not entertained. I could say at no point was I entertained.
Yeah.
Not that you have to entertain me, but I should at least be interested.
I think I want to feel like a female bird.
So true.
Do a dance.
Do an interpretive dance.
Love that. Have you seen the trend where like husbands are doing interpretive dances while their wives are in labor?
Yeah, I love it.
Love that. That's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Growing up, I didn't experience male attention the way that my friends did because like when I experienced male attention, most of the time it was like under wraps. Like it was kind of like a secret that people were attracted to me or like whatever it is. And like I didn't like men, like whatever, right? Like boys would like be nicer to you than me or like whatever it was because they found you more attractive than they found me. And that never like made me feel bad about us or anything like it had nothing to do with you. But I was like, wow, like
But like it's like you're showing your true colors.
yeah, I was like, oh, I can't believe it's like this.
Yeah.
And I think because I grew up experiencing that so often, and this is not to say that like I was never desired or like whatever. Like people are gonna misunderstand this and be like, oh, fucking course. Like that's not what was happening.
BMI.
That's not what was happening. But like since I clocked it like young, I was like, wow, I'm never gonna allow this. I'm never gonna allow like men to speak down to me and still give them attention. So as soon as like the disrespect began, I shut it down. And I was like, I'm not interested in this. So I don't know that I'll ever go on a date. Like I know I'll never go on a date from a dating app, but I also know that I'm never gonna entertain like a dirty man.
Yeah. It's just so like pathetic.
Yeah, I agree.
I also agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And also, like, there are men in my life that make it so clear to me that there are good men and that I do not have to settle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so clear when there are men that are bad men, because we have such a good
Example.
of what good men
are.
Shout out you guys.
Shout out our friends and our siblings and our dads.
Yeah.
And the trusted men in our lives.
Yeah.
Thank you for making it clear that people like you exist and that we don't have to settle for people that aren't like you.
Period.